Hey, what's up YouTube? This is Chris, back with a video about some Gransfors Bruks Axes that I bought in the last year and a half or so. The one closest to me is a new purchase that I received today. That is the Outdoor Axe. It is a 1 pound head, 14 3/4 inches long. The next one is the Small Forest Axe, 1.5 pound head, 19-inch handle. Next one is the Scandinavian Forest Axe. That is a 2 pound head, 24-inch handle. And then the last one is the large splitting axe, 3.5 pound head, 31-inch straight handle. They also have a 27-inch curved variation as well. So this is probably the only axes that I'm going to buy from now on. I don't think I'm going to probably buy any more. This pretty much fits the bill for everything that I want to do. So let me just start off with the ones that I just got today. Got the Outdoor Axe today. This is a IB Maker's Mark. Very sharp. The bit on this is not such a thin taper compared to the Small Forest Axe and the Scandinavian Axe. It's more designed for like I would say it's more designed for splitting kindling, and that's basically what this thing, the reason I bought it is we're putting in a wood stove in our house, and that's where it's gonna pretty much live. Beautiful grain orientation, very straight. I got these from Outdoor Products, I believe. It's in Canada. And when I purchased this axe and the Scandinavian Forest Axe, I asked for straight grain orientation, and they delivered what I asked for. One thing I've noticed about these axes is that the handles kind of feel dry when you get them. I know that they are dipped in linseed oil, but I don't know if they sit on the shelf or shipment and whatnot. So I'd highly recommend spending some time massaging boiled linseed oil into them. But it does have the collar. I like the design of this. They're kind of pricey for the size of the axe, but there's a lot of unique features. You see how it's got this cutout right here? Allows you to really get your hand in there and do some finer work. And I would think that it's more difficult to make a smaller head than it would be like a larger one. But I love the asymmetry of all these tools. They're all very unique. Not one is alike. So really cool. I haven't had the chance to really play with this one yet. The Scandinavian axe, I went out to a silver maple that I cut down in December, and I haven't really had a chance to deal with the stump yet, so I kind of played with this just a little bit. Cut's great. It's a much thinner taper compared to the Outdoor Axe because it's designed for chopping. It is super sharp. You have to be very careful. I mean, even just holding this in your hand and messing around without the sheath on, you got to be conscious of where the blade is at all times. Beautiful wedge, beautiful grain orientation. I believe this is a BK Maker's Mark. Very tight grain. Just a beautiful piece of work. I really like the length of this. I love the Small Forest Axe, but this gives you another 5 inches of length, and it really becomes a two-handed, like chopping axe. You can put two hands with the Small Forest Axe, but this is a true two-handed chopping axe, and absolutely beautiful, absolutely awesome. So, the Small Forest Axe, had for about a year and a half or so. Had a lot of experience with playing with this thing. Like I said, the silver maple had a bunch of brush, and I wanted to cut it up and burn what I can in my fire pit. And so I would say anything about 1.5 inches to 1 3/4 inches in diameter. If you grab it near the very, very end of the handle and get a nice square hit, on a chopping block, man, it'll go right through it. I mean, it's amazing how sharp this thing still is. After I beat on it. I mean, there's no nicks, no nothing. I mean, it feels just as sharp as it was before. And I probably spent a good 6 hours, really cutting up that wood. So I think I like the look of this axe the most. I mean, they're all unique, you know, but just the grain orientation is near perfect. Feels really good in the hand. I mean, I think I like this one the most so far. I haven't had the chance to really play with these other two as much, but I mean, absolutely gorgeous. Large splitting axe for about a year. This is a JL Maker's Mark. Does have a steel collar. As you notice with the outdoor axe, it's kind of seamless. This one actually has, like, you know, some spot welds on the back of it. Very, very aggressive. Profile, you know, for splitting. Does have the steel wedge in the head. Excuse me, at the top of the handle here. And you'd be surprised. You wouldn't think that a splitting axe or a maul or something like that would be as sharp as this thing is. This thing will cut you bad if you're not paying attention. So please be very careful when you're using these tools. But, you know, the wood is, I mean, it's not as attractive as these other ones, but still beautiful. Very, very straight grain. It's much more dense. Makes sense that it would be, you know, more dense because of the force you can generate with these. And most of the time you can just use the weight of the tool to split something. I mean, you don't have to swing hard. 24 inches, 30 inches in length. Doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter the diameter of the actual wood, just as long as it's not really too long, and this will do the job. I mean, it is a very pretty tool, very fun to use, and sure beats I know it's quite a bit more expensive than going down to the hardware store and buying a maul or something, but you get what you pay for. And I totally have that mindset with tools. You know, you have to spend the money on something quality, and it'll definitely pay off. So I don't know if Gransfors Bruks are the best axes in the world. You know, you hear that a lot, and a lot of people make that claim. I don't have a lot of experience with other axes, but you know, the research I've done, it's kind of where I found Gransfors Bruks, is that you know, people that have experience with axes, you know, the heads don't come loose as long as you linseed, oil the handles, and keep the wood hydrated. They don't come loose. They don't fail. You know, other axe manufacturers can't really make that claim. So one thing that I have noticed, I wanted to say about maintaining these things. So you go out and you use it, you get it dirty. First off, the head's going to have sap on it and you know, whatnot. So, you know, mineral spirits or acetone to just get you know, the dirt and the sap off the head. Obviously, boil linseed oil, you know, all over the handle, you know, wipe off the excess, pay special attention to where the wedge is, you know, just to keep the wood hydrated. And then once you get your head clean, what I found is you should put gun oil on it. I mean, look how it makes it shine, won't let it, you know, rust. You know, obviously wipe off the excess, but had really good luck with that so far, especially with the two that I've had, excuse me, the longest, which is the small forest axe and the large splitting axe. I just spent some time, you know, putting linseed oil on all of them, and beautiful works of art. They're fun to use, they're exciting to use, and if you guys like tools, this is something everybody needs. You guys have a good day. Take care.